what is up here? We are doing the it's kind of the kitchen sink challenge. Getting ready for that actual tournament, and gonna record a video with all kinds of stuff happening. Unlikely to have insight. Berserker's Frenzy is already good anyway. Cards that you might get for free are probably pretty good when every single set is included. So maybe we're going to energize some things, maybe it's going to be daytime, maybe it's going to be nighttime, maybe we're going to get some soul gems, or we're going to maybe some fate effects will happen. We just don't really know what's going to happen here, so it's all chaos. And my opponent, Laughing Kettle, has picked up Twilight Scout and Beacon Shaman to get us started. So I have these things that are pretty irrelevant over here. I'm going to have 5 next turn, which is really sweet, because then I can pick up like Snapdragon Witch. I'm going to take Oblivion Blossoms. I guess I should pay attention to what, yeah, he had 4-ish? No. Yeah, okay. Alright. Kind of got concerned he might have had a 3-2 as well, because he actually could have bought the cards he bought on a 3-2. Didn't really pay much attention to that. So, okay, so he had a Mystic deck as well as the Initiate for Makana, or the, Disciple. So, I'm going to pick up the Snapdragon Witch. It's just more broken in general than Flytrap Witch, I think. Much higher ceiling. Granted, it could be worse, but it could also be way, way better. So, 1 extra card entirely is pretty great. So, I want to beat a bunch of monsters. I've got the Blossoms. I could go with the Undaunted Scout. I think, though, of course, rally. I could rally some things. Maybe get some multi-unite going. Who knows? I'm probably going to go first with, God, I almost just want to take a Mystic. Yeah, let's do that. It's boring enough. Okay, so I don't really want the Dimension Driver that badly. I don't know that I'm going to be in Makana, and basically there's nothing that strong out there, so I don't want to open the Cinero to give him something that's really good, when perhaps, I could get that really good card instead. So, there's the Witch. Does trigger for the extra card this time around. And now I am probably still going Mystic. Yeah, because I'd like to pick up Conduit Monk and Oros the Redeemer. There's some temptation probably to pick up a heavy, and maybe I actually should have, because Cackling Jackal would give me a rune anyway, then I could store one up. Planning for all contingencies here, all 1,281 cards that are in the center deck. Of course, I guess if my math is correct, then that means about 250 of them or so are energy shards, but at least they should be. Gonna take Conduit Monk here. Just building up the big runes, get the Oros, have something powerful going on. Well, so 245 energy shards, we'll say, as Avatar Golem comes out with some company. Getting to see the Flytrap Witch versus Snapdragon Witch battle firsthand here, so we'll see. I mean, a couple more go-rounds and he'll catch up with me, and my Snapdragon Witch will be much worse, but I was going to say, if I draw the 7 and get Oros, then I've already paid it off. But, I want this Death Dealer Noble. I'm going to want to beat up some monsters anyway, and such and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and pick up another counter on Neri there. I do want to have my Neri. That's one thing that can probably help me keep the Snapdragon going. Snapdragon Witch, that's right, yeah. Alright. So, I'm short of the Oros again, but I will take the Auto Builder. I mean, it's 5 points, and the Cinero is clearing out pretty quickly, and might as well take the 5 while I can, I think. don't think it's going to be in the way too much, so. Oh, phew. Thought that it certainly looked like a strong start for him buying Oros that turn, but instead, what's going to happen here ultimately, once I draw another rune eventually, okay, play it in the right order here for a change. You guys don't get to see me do those things right too often, so I'm going to get to 10 honor and then go up ahead of him so that now I can actually afford to pay 7 and buy the Oros. And I love Cackling Jackal triggering the Oblivion Blossoms. Somehow that just seems like sweet value. So, that's the end of the turn there. But Oros is going to be a tank, I think. Is that the word? I don't know. It's going to be good. Energizing, nothing. I have nothing in my deck to energize. Don't think he does either. Strange things that happen with this particular combination of sets. I don't want the Mordred Widow or the Hulking Crab badly enough to pay my Hoarding Whelp for it, so we'll take the Webclaw. And now I will take the Maniacal Crusher, which is, you know, a pretty highly overcosted card, but you know, it's worth 3. It does go along with my Death Dealer Noble. I'm sort of starting to try to build a little bit of power now because I want to get my Berserker Frenzy online. That's one of the I want to hedge towards that at least. That's one of the things that could put me over the top in this game. Okay, he's kind of mixing and matching as well. Has a little bit of an advantage there with the Truth Seeker, being able to manipulate the center row a little bit. Oh, with Conduit Monk rolling around, that Plasma Cannon is very tempting. I think that's probably where I want to go with this. Like, I could take Luro, and I get actually, you know, I get the honor for him twice, you know, in the deck and in play now, but that's tough. It won't be nighttime once I buy Luro, so it's just kind of like a land talker most of the time here. Yeah, I think I'd take the Plasma Cannon. I think it's got a much higher upside likelihood of, you know, probably being able to help me get some huge card for free, maybe the Monument, maybe the Saron, because I did already buy a, what's it called, the other one? Well, oh, it's still in my deck, yeah. The Auto Builder. So that makes 1, Cannon makes 2, and the Conduit Monk makes 4. Meanwhile, I am still ahead in honor and still getting 2 cards for Snapdragon Witch. Cards that let you draw 2 cards are good. And so that's why that card is just better than Flytrap Witch in most circumstances. Nearly all circumstances, I guess. Here I will take down the Mordant Widow. I'm more concerned about the Mordant Widow than the Hulking Crab. And unfortunately, I have nothing good that I can buy here, and I'll just buy 2 heavies. We're getting there. Game is coming down to it. Want to max out honor here. Hoping to draw the Plasma Cannon on the same turn that I draw the Conduit Monk, or at least draw the Cannon first so I can get some value off of that. And I think that should put it about out of reach. Like, I've gotten some pretty good value off of the Oros and the Snapdragon Witch already, so I think I've kind of edged him out a little bit in value, and neither one of us doing anything too broken, so, which I'd imagine is often the case in this set grouping of just all of the sets, because you can't really plan much for combinations and things quite as often as you could maybe if it was a block set where you know what's going to be powerful. You know, I don't know. I haven't really practiced with all of the sets together very often. Every now and again I join a random game, but it usually has like all of the promos also. And this tournament we're not using the promos, so here we are with just the sets. But that's plenty as far as I'm concerned. It's hard to even really describe the action, I guess, with, you know, what's going on over there. You know, we're basically just buying what cards look good at the time, and I assume. And, okay, so that was a pretty good turn for him. And I had big plans on the plasma cannon, but now it seems like I would be kind of shooting in the dark for that. The Blossoms is just not really great either. The reason I left the Hulking Crab over the Mordant Widow is because it gave me the choice. So now I have the choice. But what is the choice? I have a couple, at least one power card left in my deck, but it's not likely I'm beating a big monster. I'm going to gamble on the Plasma Cannon. It is a high payoff, and I am way behind at this point, so I'm going to hope I can get there, and it doesn't look like I'm getting there, so I did draw Oros. I could have had Serena Static. Man, that was a mistake, but I still get it because it's worth more than a Mechana actually with as long as I've got Oros going. So I guess for one, this Mechana is worth a decent amount, and then I'll buy this other Lifebound Hero if it'll let me do it. And it's close. It is close, and just got there. Man, I should have thought ahead a little bit more in the last turn. I didn't, I guess, think about how many runes I had, and I actually could have drawn the Serena Static with one of my energy shards so that, you know, I could dig through, you know, for another card potentially. But anyway, it worked out, and thanks for joining us for this special video, and I'm going to start trying to do these a little bit more with, you know, when a new tournament is starting, like you know, when there's a cup or something like that, when we know where the combination of sets will be. A little preview, throw out a little, you know, just something to kind of get you ready for that kind of format. I don't know if this was in particular helpful to anybody, but at least it was fun, hopefully. So, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.